Hello, I'm DJ Oliver, and today we're at the world-renowned Detroit Institute of Arts. This museum is where hundreds of thousands of people come to learn about artists from the past and present each year. Our lead story is about an artist who was first inspired as a young Detroit public school student by visiting this Egyptian exhibit right behind me here. Let's take a look at Marcus Glenn.
I think being able to contribute to the world in a positive fashion is the most important thing. I mean, here in the downtown Detroit area, making positive things happen visually. I grew up in West Detroit, west side of Detroit, Michigan, born and raised. My mom introduced me to art, but I was really intrigued with art in the kindergarten. Started early on. I just liked to doodle and sketch, so it was just a passion of mine. Art was always around me. I looked at life a little different. When I looked at a stoplight, it looked like art to me, not just equipment to stop you. I looked at the intricate design, and I think I wanted to be a part of that whole creative process in my own way. The first art I was exposed to was the Egyptian art, the collection at the DIA, and being able to see how the artists of that time carved back the stone and had a bas relief where you could see the art from different angles and different dimensions. I use a lot of fabrics and different textile papers. For me, I was always gravitated to things that had a lot of textiles and patterns and things of that nature. So that sort of spills into the creative process of my artwork. The process is just taking in life and being able to infuse those things that I appreciate and kind of put it into my art. And sometimes life is not always pretty, and that's the thin line you have to. How do you make negative things or things that's going on in the world? How do you put it into your art and make it appealing or make it something that's viewable? And so a lot of artists, they take it in its raw form, but me, I'm not necessarily that raw in my approach creatively. So sometimes I'll subtly put things in that maybe through a collage imagery that I'll use, but being able to balance that whole creative process, life, and just being creative, it's a thin line. It's a thin line between like love and hate. Being a humble individual in life is not a sign of weakness, but it helps you stay balanced in everything that's going on in the world today. And even in Detroit, you know, I'm a product of Detroit, born and raised here, and now, you know, we have some positive things going on. And I had the opportunity to move and leave our great city, but I decided to stay here. Moving my studio down here in the downtown Detroit area, Corktown, I thought it would be a positive thing to help revitalize the city and kind of help things take root again. And so it's like you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I kind of keep my creative process focused on that light. I want the viewer to feel the passion, the love that I'm trying to portray in the piece. And that's why being with Park West Gallery, the largest art gallery right now in the world, we're able to showcase our art on a major platform. And through this process, they try to help us to tell stories. One of the intricate symbolisms that I kind of incorporated in my pieces is the floorboards. I make them multicolored, and I always say that symbolizes the palette of God, because when we look at nature or even mankind, God did it in such a variety. We get the different trees, the different flowers, and so I believe once we master the concept of love, truly the world will be a better place. I'm very what you would call a figurative abstract artist, but I spill into just known objects and different things of that nature. And I may create a piece that's taken off. A lot of people have been asking me to kind of paint a heart. And I just didn't want to paint the heart the way it's always been portrayed. This is the actual piece we're gonna create here. It's called A Heart of Love. So this time we're gonna use a green background as our base. And you paint from light or dark to light. creatively you start to see the colors just kind of blending. So you sort of sketch the heart onto here. And when you look at the painting, I tell the viewer the largest heart in the composition would be like them peering into a mirror and they look at themselves. And they would be the reflection of that heart. And over the heart is going to be a crown. So I think for us to accept love or want love to come to us, we have to love ourselves first and foremost. And so that large heart would be you accepting yourself and you crown yourself with love, and then you begin to feel the love come back, and then you can share the love. So you start to see little hearts popping up, meaning that love is being displayed throughout your life. And of course, the most important thing is the butterflies. I think we all start in a cocoon, and if we nurture life and love, we blossom into this beautiful creature. And so there's a technique that I use, it's called the chaos. You kind of just splash the painting. And that is a painting entitled The Heart of Love. It's an amazing, feeling to tap into who you are as a person. And then it's a blessing to be able to share your gift with others and others to receive that gift in such a positive light. It was an amazing experience to be part of Grammy's Biggest Night. They only choose one visual artist per year to really represent music's biggest night. So to get that honor, I mean, it was something. The details was that the gramophone was their iconic imagery. So I just thought I would do a piece with the gramophone kind of floating out in space and sort of having my signature keyboards kind of flowing throughout the composition, and then you can kind of feel the music spilling out of the gramophone. Because I always say that music is our universal language. It's been an amazing journey, and I think the journey is just beginning. Seeing myself walking into this beautiful studio and being able to create, it keeps me humble, it keeps me balanced, and it keeps me creative. I think I'm showing Detroit that there are a lot of positive things here in the city. There are creative people here in this city, and we're making an impact on life. I mean, the Grammys are in California, and they found me, and I'm here in Detroit, and I think that was special. So I'm here in the D, and I think I'm gonna stay in the D.
You can learn more about Marcus Glenn and all the artists featured here on DetroitPerforms.org.